Recording in progress.
My privilege today to get to join our CEO and founder, David Schmidt, on this month's edition of LifeWave Product Connect. And today, our topic is going to actually be even broader than zeroing in on one of our amazing breakthrough innovations. And we're going to talk about David's vision, what's happening at LifeWave, and what sets us apart. So, welcome, David.
Thank you, Meredith. Great to see you and great to spend time with everyone in our community. And you're absolutely right. Usually we would devote this time to speaking about a specific health topic, about one of our patches, but there's so much going on in the LifeWave community that we wanted to talk about X2O, Code of Creation, World's Oldest Intern, the global event that we have coming up in October, and just so much more. Commission incentives, the growth of the company, our global presence, so many things to be excited about. So you're right. This is going to be a very, very broad topic today, but I feel the same way that you do. It's never been a more exciting time to be in the network marketing and direct sales industry. And there's just massive growth potential. And of course, we're doing many, many innovative things to build the channel. So really looking forward to talking to you and our community about that today.
Awesome. No, and we're looking forward to getting started. I think that for all of our viewers today, what's always important, anytime that you have an event, and we would consider a webinar, this teaching and educating and inspiring time to be a form of an event, is that it should build belief. And when we take a look at LifeWave and we take a look at what we have here to offer in the areas of a transformation in health, something that you can look at your life and say, I've got an opportunity here that really can make a difference on any specter of my current life. And then being part of a culture, part of something bigger than ourselves. We have that here. And so this is a belief building opportunity for us to connect with you and hear directly from David, about what we're looking forward to in the future, because we know from feedback, certainly years and decades in the space, that we are looking for a long-term value proposition. And David, I think, as we're out and having lots of conversations with leaders and people around the world, it is what people are hungering for. They want something, a place to plant their flag and be a part of a movement. And so, when we talk about LifeWave, what would you provide the viewers as far as your perspective on what the next 10, 20 years and beyond look like here at LifeWave? What is our dedication that proves that we're going to be here for the long term?
Well, in the past 20 years, we have based the company off of innovation. So our model, which has, as it's turned out, is to be the preferred model in network marketing. And it was not this way 20 years ago, as you recall. That's when companies were going through the phase of different juices and bringing those to market. And it ended up being a lot of Me Too products, and those companies faded away by and large. So when I started the company, I wanted this to be based on something entirely different. And given that, I'm an inventor, not not out of the network marketing industry, what we've been able to do is develop new technologies and new products based off of those technologies, get them patented, manufacture, keep everything proprietary, everything exclusive for our LifeWave community, so that when our brand partners are going out to market, they're marketing products that are very powerful, backed by science, backed by clinical studies, and they're products that can't be found anywhere else in the world. So that's one of the things we've done very, very well for 20 years. So as we look ahead over the next 10, 20 years, we're going to keep the business model exactly the same thing. So we're looking at expanding how we define light therapy. Up until this point, it's been take an active device or our patches, stimulate the skin with light. But now, of course, with the release of X2O, we're releasing light inside of the body. We're looking at nutritional formulas where we release light inside of the body. And of course, your favorite, we're looking at the home power generation unit, which is going to be based off of the drone power generation technology. So, we're looking very, very far into the future of incorporating robotics into our operations, using drones to help people in need, using drones to deliver patches and building brand awareness, and then using that experience to build bigger and newer opportunities in the field of power generation. So all I see is incredible opportunity and growth in the network marketing industry in the coming years.
And I think that, what I hear in your voice, and because, we feel your passion, and we see it though demonstrated in where you're investing your time and your resources into a long-term value proposition here at LifeWave, and to the people that are looking at investing themselves, their time and their talent and their treasure, which is of course their influence. So, David, as you think about yourself in the next 10, 20, 50 years, you feel very vested in our future, and that you are going to be continuing to invest your time in the best version of yourself, which is incredible, here at LifeWave. And you have no intention of doing anything but forging ahead with us here in this community.
Yeah, absolutely. There is an incredible opportunity here. We've already created a network marketing company that's never existed before. And the goal at this point is to make it the biggest network marketing company that's ever existed, and all of the amazing benefits that's going to come for all the people around the globe as we bring our products to offer true hope. And what does this all look like? Well, our foundation with the patches, we're going to continue to expand and build on that. So I don't think X49 is necessarily going to be the last patch that we'll ever go to market with. I think there's still many, many opportunities out there for patches, but we want to expand our base of light therapy products. And we're looking to offer applications for light therapy that have never existed before. And of course, the one being released now is X2O, the ability to infuse water with light and release the light inside the body and have it go anywhere in the body for results literally within 15 seconds of consuming that. Beyond that, I'm thinking about, with the changes that are going on in the world with artificial intelligence, it's making it very difficult to predict some of the changes that are going to occur even 3 years down the road in fields like material science. But what we do know is that the drone industry is going to be here to stay. The power generation industry is here to stay. As long as human beings are around, we need power. So why not build a business based around those two things? So this concept, I'm investing a lot of time and money in the drone industry, because I see a day coming where we'll be able to deliver our patches with drones. And we're going to start off by delivering patches to people in need. And this is going to get the name of LifeWave all around the world as a household name. We spend that time, and then we take the technology that I invented that we're using to power these drones and turn it into a 20 kilowatt generator, so people can have energy independence. They can power their home 24 hours a day, and they can charge even their electric car and take the excess electricity, sell it back to the grid, and do this in a way that's environmentally friendly, and it's completely green technology and not polluting. And of course, you've seen this technology for yourself run while you were with the Prince of Denmark. No less.
Incredible.
So the patches are going to take LifeWave to be a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. And I don't think today we can really guess at how big this business could be once we introduce power generation in the coming years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, David, it's music to my ears, of course, on so many levels. I think for the LifeWave community, people who are looking at our company right now, who might be, seeing this broadcast on replay, one of the things that this really spells out is your commitment to never be a Me Too company. And I think so many times, and I've been at this for my entire career, direct selling, and we've seen them come, we've seen them go. We've seen people that are coming in for all the wrong reasons. They just want to get rich quick and get out. And your decision to double down on direct selling, say this is where I intend to spend my life and invest my life's work, which is again your innovation, your inventions, and yet to have the foundation of all of the patents now, well over I think 200 now, right, David? So
Over 200.
that's incredible. And how that translates though to direct selling, and what that means when you talk about something that's never been done before, never been seen before, this level of investment and innovation, that they can go out and be passionate about what we have here to offer. It's unprecedented, David, really. And just on behalf of the direct selling community, and really a sector that I've devoted my life's work to, I just want to say thank you, for not being another Me Too, or not in it for the wrong reasons, and leading with your heart and your conviction that direct selling is the place to be, and it is the business opportunity of the future.
Yeah, I love the industry. It's obviously, it's changed my life in a way that's incredibly great. I get to do what I love, which is inventing. I get to travel all over the world and meet the people that are benefiting from the products that I invent and develop. So I want to do my best to support the industry. And I'm thinking about ways to reinvent the industry so that it will be growing and it will be healthy in the years to come. So as you know, when we get an opportunity to speak to the direct selling community, we talk about innovation and how important that is, that companies be thinking along these lines. Now, even in some areas where you may not normally think about it, for example, our welcome center, when we were looking at making our home in Draper, and now we have this beautiful 35,000 square foot office, we invested millions of dollars into our welcome center because it was an opportunity for us to innovate. When people come in, they feel like they're stepping into the future, and they get a real flavor for what our company is like and why it's different. So that was a massive investment that we made into the direct selling model. And I'm very happy to say that was a great investment for us.
No, absolutely. And I have been on so many tours, and even what's coming up, we have a large group coming in just a few weeks, and we're looking forward, to entertaining them coming over from Europe. And because it solidifies that belief, because as people look at it as an investment, and I think when I think about direct selling, and I think about entrepreneurs, and whether they're involved in 1, 2, or 3 gigs or side hustles or whatever they're called, the time that people give to us is a gift. The time that people invest here at LifeWave in us and in our future, our combined future, it's a gift. And so in areas like the Welcome Center, again, nobody has seen anything like it in this sector. And I would venture to say probably outside of Disney, probably nothing quite as
That's right.
impressive. Even to have William Shatner to be here and just blown away, saying this is amazing, and what we've done, and it is, and again, it's that outward expression of an inner commitment that we have at LifeWave to the future. And so, we travel around. I obviously spend a lot of time on the road, meeting with people, having conversations all over the globe. And so, the time that I get to spend here at HQ and get to just look around again at the investment that's been made, helping people to feel confident that when they plant their flag here and invest whatever number of hours in a week, in a month, in a year that they have to give, that they will be able to say, that time is time well spent. And I don't have to worry that it may be gone tomorrow, because we have a lot of control over our business. And I think when it comes to manufacturing, and when it comes to our distribution and all of our operational excellence, and our ongoing investment into and focus on operational excellence, is just, again, one more way that people who are thinking, as an investor, should I invest myself in LifeWave, that the answer would be unequivocally yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to talk about William Shatner for
Oh,
a moment.
Irresistible.
As you know, that's one of the things we have in common. We're both huge William Shatner fans,
Indeed.
and we've been blessed with meeting him and doing a project with him now. But this is another way that we're innovating. And what's been incredible about this is that doing this project with him has had this ripple effect on building brand awareness. So the first part about it, of course, was we were blessed to have him as a guest speaker, beaming in as a hologram at our anniversary conference that we had 2 years ago. But then beyond that, um, we did this project, The World's Oldest Intern. And initially we were thinking, gee, if we could get a few 100,000 views, maybe even 500,000 views, let's set that lofty goal. That would be an amazing success. And of course, we've got now more than 2 million views on that World's Oldest Intern video. So this is showing us that we can be really creative about how we build awareness of the company, about our technology and products, and do it in a really fun way. So we're, of course, going to be continuing that now and be releasing The World's Oldest Intern Parts 2 and 3, and using this to generate new leads, new customers for our business. And this is going to help our brand partners build and grow their business. Of course, I was also on William Shatner's podcast, No Time to Die. And the producer tells me they're projecting that this could hit 10 million views around the globe. So this is these new projects that we're getting involved in now have this incredible opportunity for people to hear about LifeWave in a new and exciting way. And we're the pioneers in the direct selling community with this approach.
Mhm. I couldn't agree more. And of course, we have the benefit, I have the benefit and the blessing of getting to spend time with you each week talking about brand awareness and how we grow this global brand, become a household name. And the benefit, of course, to our brand partners is that they also have conversation starters, because sometimes that can be the most challenging piece of our business is how do I get the conversation started? I mean, clearly we can put the technology in a very visual place that we just happen to be, oh, what is that? And that's one way to start a conversation. But as easy and as simple as to have these bites that we can, text to a friend that we could show, oh my gosh, I've got to show you something. I've got to show you something. We're having so much fun at LifeWave. I mean, it really just gets the opportunity going for you to connect with people and show them there's something really special happening here at LifeWave. And David, that's a piece of you that we treasure, in addition to all the time that you spend innovating in the lab and obviously with the technology side, is really thinking about a brand that you love that is really like one of your children, and how we want to get that message out there to make it easier and more simple and intuitive for people to share the light of LifeWave.
Yeah, actually, Meredith, you brought up a great point that I want to go back to, which is very, very practical. Let's say that we have someone that's listening now, and they're saying, wow, I love LifeWave as an opportunity. I want to get started, but I don't have any experience in direct selling. I don't know how to build the business. Well, the great news about network marketing business model is we handle the research and development, the manufacturing, patent, the regulatory work, getting our products registered, doing the distribution, providing customer service, providing the website, so that all a person has to do is go out and share our products. But what if that person says, well, I don't know how to go out about and share the product? We have people today that are building the business exactly the way that you said. They would contact a business acquaintance, friend, family, whoever, and send that World's Oldest Intern video and say, hey, my company just did this really fun thing. They have William Shatner from Star Trek in their video. It's really funny. You got to check it out. And that's a door opener. We also have another video when I hit 200 patents, and we have leaders that are in the company that say, hey, check this out. Our company has more than 200 patents on health and wellness. And they're using that as a tool to introduce LifeWave. So this isn't about going out and doing this hard sell. It's about sharing the product and sharing the opportunity and sharing our community.
Mhm. And having fun along the way, for sure.
Having fun along the way.
Because
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, people are looking for joy. They're looking for happiness, and that's what the light is, an attractor. And so, the more fun that we can have, obviously, the better. The better that we are, the healthier we are. The ability to live long, live well, and live young increases as well. And I think that when we talk about the new products coming out, we talk about your innovation, and we're not one of those companies that's going to say, we're going to launch 15 products every year. We're going to do all this, because everything has to do with innovation and quality. And again, that long-term play. And as I think about X2O, and you mentioned the tools and you mentioned everything that we have, we want to put that and empower people in their hands on all kinds of levels. And we have your newest innovation coming out in just a few weeks now. And so as we prepare to roll out X2O, we're working diligently behind the scenes with you, looking at our studies, what we can say. And then at one of our upcoming events, again, coming up very, very soon, as in next month, we're going to be able to roll out that plan and how they can take this incredible innovation to market. And I think, again, going back to the exclusivity of it, it's going to take a little bit more understanding, because there's never been anything made like it before. And it's not, oh yeah, that's another water filtration system. Absolutely not. Which that puts that on us, that onus to come before them with a very comprehensive tool set. And we're working on that. So with the upcoming launch, the exclusivity of it, is there anything that you'd like to touch on for our brand partners today and viewers listening about the latest and greatest release?
So, what we've been developing, of course, is this concept of a family of products that all work together, where everything fits together. So, when people are introducing someone, when our brand partners are introducing someone to LifeWave, they should be leading with X39. We've shown through our brand partners, our leaders, that this is our top selling product. It works on the majority of people that use it as holistic benefits for improving wellness, providing incredible levels of benefits and improving energy, even improving the quality of sleep. So most people are going to have a result even within the first day of using it. And it's, of course, it's affordable. So people should be leading with X39 to optimize a person's health and have X39 have all the nutrients that it needs to do what it does. We developed Celergize and the morning and the evening product, and I know you love both of those. So the benefit of Celergize morning is that it has every nutrient in it to make all of our patches, not just X39, but all of our patches work at their best. So for example, X39 elevates copper peptides. So we have the amino acid glycine, we have lysine, and we also have copper in that Celergize morning formula. And that allows GHKCU to be assembled in the body and to have its metabolic activity. Then, of course, we have X2O. And a way to think about this, one of the properties is that the surface tension of the water that this produces is lower than normal water. And people will notice this when they drink X2Os, that's almost very slippery. And that means the water becomes wetter. So you place Celergize into our X2O water, and it gets digested much more quickly than just using regular water. And that means people are going to experience the benefits of X39, benefits of Celergize even more quickly. On the subject, of course, you can just use X2O water by itself. It's light infused water. And now we have a way to release light directly inside of the body. And people are going to experience benefits within 15 seconds of drinking the water. So it's exciting now that finally with X2O coming out, we have this system of keeping the body hydrated. We have a delivery system for Celergize, and we have something that makes X39 work even better than it does today.
Nice. Well, and I think as we're having all of the conversations internally, because of course we've been we've been drinking the water for quite some time now, and
Yeah.
and experiencing great benefits from it. And so, as we just had a meeting yesterday, actually about how are we going to be compliant when we're talking about the product, because the results are so dramatic, and to your point, they can be very, very quick. And so, we need to talk about these and understand that, yes, we have our personal testimonies. Yes, we are going to hear life-changing stories all around us all the time. But we need to be mindful that there are regulations that we have to adhere to, and we have to be compliant. Of course, our story is our story, and what you say to your friends in your living room, that's your story. But when we are taking this product to market, we're going to have to be conservative on the claims that we make based on the clinical trials and the studies. But we do know what the impact of that product has had on the lives of the people that have been using it now for a year, and they're
Yeah.
remarkable, David. And I know that you know that.
Yeah. And this story about X2O is so big that while we do have a traditional product video, this was something that warranted its own film. And of course, we go back about 18 months, and I was thinking about this about maybe what we need to do is have something in a long form format where we can tell the story of X2O and do it through a documentary style. So, of course, we were very blessed to work with Mickey Willis on this, very well-known producer and director of movies. He did an amazing job. He's an incredible human being. And we started to craft this story of how, when I made this discovery of this code of light within lobsters that's responsible for their immortality, that I found the same mathematical code in the first sentence of the book of Genesis. And I just, when I made that discovery, I thought, I have to share this with the world, because now this becomes not just about a scientific discovery. This is proof that when God was creating all things, he signed his name in light in all of creation and in species that are immortal. So, of course, we have this film now called Code of Creation that's coming out. The world premiere is in April, which I know you'll be at. And it gives us an opportunity to reach literally hundreds of millions of people. So maybe we should talk about that a little bit, because this has never been done in network marketing. And we're going to open up this film to where literally hundreds of millions of people can see it through global distribution.
Well, and I love this, David. And of course, we've seen it. We got to have that preview last year at conference, just in a private group with our brand partners that were attending conference. Another great reason. You never know what surprises and unveils you're going to get to see when you come to global conference, which we have coming up in October, of course, in California. I think that for myself, I'll speak for myself, and I think I can speak on behalf of the tribe in general. People come to a company for vision. They see the vision, they see the future. They are attracted by leadership on the corporate side, specifically leadership within their circle, their friends, their family, but their leaders that are out there. And we have the most incredible field leaders here out there in the brand partner community, incredible trainers, the best of the best I've ever seen. The products and the vision for the products, certainly the opportunity, the financial opportunity, but also this community piece. But as we come back to this film, I think even broader than the product, even broader than the science and the vision. It is your story, David. And it's interesting because the studies confirm year after year, and I just saw studies from last year that absolutely clearly quantify that the highest percentage of people, including those in their 20s and their 30s, so whether you're Gen Y, Gen Z, any of the above, boomers, busters, they are predominantly driven to look for companies that are founder led, because they know that businesses come and go. Venture capitalists, we know what they do to direct selling companies when they get a hold of them, right? And so for a person like yourself, the reach of the code, it transcends the story of the products and of X2O and beyond. but it's your story, David. And I think that that's what really connected with people in a way that reflects your authenticity and your belief and your faith in God and a creator, that is very intricately and personally involved in our day-to-day lives. And yet it will embrace people from all generations. It will embrace people from all areas of the world in one united understanding of there is a miracle out there, and you're pointing us to it. I think that that's one of the things that Mickey Willis accomplishes in this video and this movie, I should say.
Yeah, it was amazing to see that come to life. It was an incredible experience, and I think when we started this project, my hope for it was that we'd have a film that we could share with our community. They could share it with others, and that would kind of be it. And we would tell this story. And now, of course, the early reviews have started to come in, and we were just blown away to find out that the IFI, International Film Institute, came back and gave us a 9 out of 10 on the film. And the reviewer said out of the thousands of documentaries that he had seen, this was easily in the top 5. I mean, that is, incredibly extraordinary. So, of course, we have the Beverly Hills Film Festival that's coming up very shortly now. And we have 4 other film festivals that Code of Creation is going to be appearing at. And then this summer, we release it onto Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Apple Plus with a combined distribution of 340 million people across those 3 platforms. And of course, if even just a small percentage of people on this platform see Code of Creation, it's massive brand awareness for our company, and yet another method by which our brand partners are going to be able to build their business with LifeWave.
And that is the number one question right now, certainly that we're hearing from our leadership out there, which is how soon and when and where am I going to be able to have access to this film? Because it can be used in so many different venues. It can be used whether you're having, an opportunity event formally in a hotel. It can be used as something to watch for entertainment when you have your friends over. So it's certainly in home, but because it's going to be about an hour, I think, is that the runtime of it, Dave? It's about an hour, right?
It's about an hour. Yep.
About an hour. Perfect. So again, you can build whole watch parties around it too. And so we'll be talking about those strategies because understandably, this is a tool. And to your point, we haven't seen anything like this in direct selling. There are opportunities through the decades and the years that people have to point to a tool that have really moved companies forward, but never a tool like this, because it's alive and it's a story, and it's a story of the person who is leading the charge here at LifeWave. It's the visionary, it's you. And we're so thankful that Mickey Willis was able to capture your essence in this incredible resource that people will have to be able to share LifeWave. And again, one of those other things that differentiates us, sets us apart, and absolutely demonstrates that we are here for the long term. And I know that was very compelling to me when we had our first conversation. I like to say, I've said it to many people, David had me at hello, because my heart is to have the long-term vision for people and entrepreneurs to absolutely transform their lives. And that's why I look at LifeWave as my investment of my life's work, because I want to be here with you side by side to make sure in the years to come that we create, like you said, a direct selling opportunity that has never been seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you got invited into my lab in Florida and get a chance to see behind closed doors where our engineers are and our lab testing. And we had, of course, members of our executive team there, and they got to see the power generation system run. And of course, what we did was we ran this engine on gasoline in a closed room. There was no smoke coming out of it, no smell, and the CO2 emissions are the same as the ambient environment. So completely green technology. So you're seeing this from its initial phase after it's been developed. And of course, now you're going to see it as we apply it into the drone and also into that home power generation unit. So you get to see the product development as it goes through these years. But that is going to be an extraordinary moment in our company history as we venture from being health and wellness, drones, and then, state-of-the-art power generation. And all of these things are really life transforming. I did want to come back just for a moment to talk about code of creation, because I do think this is really important that our community be aware of this. Many people, of course, listening today would have seen it at our global conference in October. But when Mickey and I first got together on this, we set some ground rules. And that was, Mickey said, well, I don't want this to be a commercial. And my response was, Mickey, this can't be a commercial. We're on the same page with this. That's not what this is about. We need to be able for people to walk away and take action, meaning they're going to hear the story, they're going to hear about the technology, and they need to be able to say, okay, this is something I want to incorporate into my life. So they have an actionable item there, but we don't want it to be an infomercial, so how are we going to do that? And that's one of the things I think I'm really proud about, is that we were able to get scientists like Greg Braden and Dr. Jason Lyle and Dr. David Martin. We were able to get all these incredible scientists involved in code of creation because it's not an infomercial. It's not a commercial. It's about God's creation and how we see the beauty of God's creation show up in nature, and that there's all these proofs for it. And we can create technology by making observations about this living code. So ultimately, that's what this documentary is about. And LifeWave is a part of that story.
Well, I think about the review that you mentioned too, and how one of the features that was called out by the writer was the fact that the balance of who appears in the film and the people who are interviewed is at such a high level, such credibility that they have. And again, that third party validation, not to sell, but to educate and to inform and to just open up people's minds to a thought that they probably never thought about before, David. And it ties in so closely to who you are and your faith. And I know I was speaking with a veteran direct seller that's recently joined us here at LifeWave. And what he had to say was, he said, he goes, I want to ask you about David Schmidt. And if you were to say one word, about him, what would that word be? And so many came to my mind, right? And as I'm sure people listening right now, so many amazing words come to mind. But I thought about that integrity. Integrity was really important. It's important to all of us, right? And in a world where even in AI, can I trust that? Where is that really coming from? Is that artificial? Is that real? I mean, we're just second guessing. We can't even have a conversation like we had today here at LifeWave Corporate, where it's like, okay, we are trying to ramp up phishing schemes and we're trying to see if our employees are going to fall for this and that. And so we're constantly inundated with looking around for what is real, what is true, what is the real deal. And so I love the integrity that it comes through. But one thing that this gentleman said is, he said one of the words that comes to my mind, but one in particular, is authenticity, and how refreshing it is to have a founder, to have a CEO steering the ship here at LifeWave, who is himself, who freely and openly communicates his power source, his faith, and doesn't apologize for it, doesn't keep it hidden under a bushel, but shines his light for everyone to see and be inspired by and attracted to. And so I think Code of Creation also captures that, which it's magical. It's absolutely magical, David.
I thank you, Meredith. I really appreciate that. It was incredible opportunity to be able to share that story and use this as a way to give people hope that there's something more to this life than what we what we might see, people that aren't of faith, that there is hope, there is a God, and there's incredible things that can happen in your life when you turn to God. Speaking about our commitment to the industry and these amazing people that we have, these amazing leaders, this company wouldn't be anywhere without our community. And so I know you and I talk a lot about how can we give back to the community. And the conclusion that we've come to over the years is that if we create a business structure so that the leaders can pass the opportunity over to their kids and make this a multi-generational business, that would be the greatest gift that we could give them. So how do we do that? So last August, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to take our top 20 leaders and bring them into Denmark. And we wanted to give them the opportunity first to see a little bit what Denmark is like, since Christina and I are spending so much time over here. And then second, for them to be able to visit the factory where we're building these drones, see the drones up close and personal, and of course, see that power generation technology. So when we're talking about it, they know that this is something real, this is something we're really doing, and this is going to be a new business opportunity. So this was a way that we could communicate to our leaders, we're committed to the channel, and this is what's coming in the coming years, and this is why you should stay here. So that was exciting that we got a chance to do that.
Oh, yeah. And it was exciting to be there and participate. And of course, meeting princes and royalty and dignitaries is always exciting as well. There's always something amazing happening here at LifeWave, which is why this is the place to be. In addition to the fact that what we're building here, we're continuing to grow on a 20-year plus foundation that's been built, all of the innovation, all of the excellence, growing the team. And now here we are looking to the next 20 years, what lies ahead. And I think that that's important, again, as we get ready to wrap up our time together, to be talking about the culture that's being created here, this culture of high integrity, starting at the very top, starting from you, and how that infiltrates in the words that we say, in asking ourselves this question all the time: is this going to help people? Which, of course, we know that you've said that before in interviews and conversation and from stage, that, look, if we're not making the world a better place, if we're not helping people, what's it all about? What are we doing here? And how are we spending the time that is every day as a gift to make the world, again, a better place for people and their families? So whether it's how we lead and helping people to be the best version of themselves, and our leaders out there every day who are working tirelessly to inspire and to lead by example, to know the way, go the way, show the way. And then for us, as we look within, to say, what is it that we are making here that is going to stand the test of time to be a true legacy, David? I think it just is constantly being demonstrated across, whether it's the products and the integrity and the patents and controlling our manufacturing, ourselves, having things in-house, moving over to the compensation and how we reward people. And so whether people are just needing enough to go through one of the customer programs to be able to get their products for free, share it with a couple of friends and family, or whether they're looking to either supplement an income or to even grow it to a bigger vision that they have for their future, that it's available. And we're innovating in every area here at LifeWave. And that is the inspirational part of it, is that we don't rest. We are tireless. And the hours that we invest every day in the company, for all the people that are out there investing in the communities, it is time well spent. And as we know, the famous saying goes, if you love what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, you will never work a day in your life. And that's what I love about being a part of your vision, David. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the journey.
Oh, Meredith, you're a blessing. Thank you. It's a privilege to work with you. On that note, since we covered this, and since we're bringing it up, we've talked about how the world's oldest intern is generating millions of views, how that's going to turn into leads and new customers for our brand partners, Coda Creation, which is going to hit those major platforms around July, August this summer. That's going to generate, again, a huge amount of interest in LifeWave. Brand partners are going to be able to use this as a tool. We have leads that are going to generate it off of this that we'll share with the community. How does the drone fit into this? So we have a few different uses of this. Of course, we've had partners with many different organizations over the years, the Red Cross, Convoy of Hope, independent brand partners that we've shared money and patches with to help people in need. And the thinking was always, we make these financial donations or we send patches, but then it always takes time for that to get to the people that actually need the help. So how could we respond more quickly? And I began thinking about if we had our own drone technology and we could work with these organizations, we could get our patches and medical goods to people in need when they need it. And we have today, people are going to see this when they come to our conference in October. They're going to see the finished drone flying, and we're going to have a demonstration for them of how we load our patches into the drone, how it flies away, and then it lands at a site, and we get to deliver medical goods and patches with these drones. So imagine for a moment, the first thing is we're using this as a humanitarian tool to help people in need. That's the first thing. The second thing is there are going to be people who their first experience with LifeWave is they're at a disaster site. They've had something terrible happen to them, and now they're getting to use our patches to help them recover from stress, for pain relief, getting a better night's sleep, having more energy to get through this crisis. That could be their first experience with our product. These drones are branded as LifeWave drones. So as news coverage from all over the world is coming into a disaster site, our LifeWave drones will be on the news all over the world, flying in to these disaster sites, and we're going to be getting this free advertising. So this all started as a humanitarian project to help people in need, but now it's turned into this extraordinary business opportunity to build brand awareness and build and grow our business. So that's how, when people ask, well, I don't understand why David is involved with drones and how is this going to benefit my business? It's all about brand awareness, building new customers, helping people in need, doing something good in the world, and showing, hey, when you're a successful business, you should be giving back and helping people in need.
Well, this is what I would call a drop the mic moment, David. Thank you for wrapping that up, because it is being a part of something bigger than yourself. It is a phrase that a lot of people use, say, we hear it. There are very few people that truly live it. More about that authenticity. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being our champion. And thank you for just being such a blessing around the world. And to everybody listening right now, we hope that this time that you invested with us is time well spent, and that it raised your belief barometer in a number of areas so that you can continue to do what you do so well, which is to be the light and share the light with a world that so desperately needs it. Thank you, everybody, for joining today.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, everyone.